Hey y'all, what's up? How you doing? So today's topic, I know that on my channel I talk about, narcissism, narcissistic behaviors, things of this nature, but a lot of the things that I've spoken about in past videos, I did some reflection during my break from being on here. I think the last time I posted was probably like last month sometime. But I did some reflection on like my past, relationships or guys that I've dated, things of that nature. All of them were raised by single mothers. I also was raised by a single mother. So, the common denominator, the common problem is single mothers. Single mothers are the common problem in society as to why the new generations of men and women don't know how to function. Why they move the way they move, they act the way they act, they do the things that they do. So, for example, a lot of women, millennials as well as Gen Zers, maybe some Gen Xers too, I don't know. But I can only speak from what I see millennial wise and Gen Z wise, because Gen Z are the main ones on TikTok from what I see, right? Millennials be on there too. I be on there from time to time, but I don't really do TikTok like that. I mean, I might start, you know what I'm saying? Maybe. We gonna see. But, when I do go on there, I always see Gen X, baby boomers, older generations basically, where they talk about how they got married, then they divorced their husband for no good reason at all. And then when that husband goes and gets remarried and he's happy or he has leveled up even more with the new woman than when he was with them, they feel some type of way. Now, back to the single mothers, because, some single mothers have done things by choice. And what do I mean by choice? Well, for me personally, my mother is a narcissist. She's also a single mother. She is what I would call a 2x2, meaning she has 2 baby daddies and 2 kids. Okay? That's what a 2x2 is. Now, you have some women out there who got all their kids by one man. I applaud you. Good job. Some women have all their kids by one man and then that one man died. So that's why she's a single mother. But we ain't talking about you. We're talking about the single mothers who were never married, like my mother, and who chose to have children by men that rejected them. Okay? And what do I mean by rejected? In other words, they didn't marry you. You thought it was a good idea to get pregnant by this man, but then he goes and marries another woman. Or he goes to be with a man, because my brother's father was gay. He went to go and basically be with another man. That's got to be embarrassing. But I feel like, most women probably have been with a gay dude. A lot of them want to be on the down low. That's why I say down low people can't be trusted. You better off just coming out and saying that you're gay. But on the flip side, I've spoken to a lot of gay people, and a lot of them, when I ask them about, like, have you ever been molested or, raped or SA'd, they usually say yes. So if that has happened in their childhood, that's why as an adult, their sexuality is just confusing to them. I've had a cousin like this. He got AIDS, and he wasn't able to tell me if he got AIDS from a man or a woman. I was like, pause. Did you just say you don't know if you got AIDS from a man or a woman? And he was like, yeah, don't judge me. Oh, I'm judging, baby, because are you a top or a bottom? And I say that because you're in the military. You up here just pumping weights and irons, looking swole and everything like that. But you out here being bisexual? But we had a long conversation. See, people tell me their life stories. I don't be asking for this stuff. I have family. I don't have to look far. All I got to do is look to relatives in my family and my damn bloodline, and I can find the dysfunction, the toxicity, and the issues. And this particular cousin that I'm speaking of, his mother is a single mother. She is my cousin. So, yeah, she was a single mother of him and his two brothers. And I see why the three of them are the way they are, because they were raised by a single mother. They do not know how to navigate manhood. They're struggling in all types of different areas and ways. You know, I commend them for taking care of their children, but they still struggle with their manhood, if that makes sense, compared to the men who were raised by their mother and their father. Okay? There's a big difference. And I can see it because, you know, like my fiance, he was raised by his mother and his father. Even his grandparents to this day are still married. Well, from my perspective, my mom and my dad was not married. And my grandmother, for the first 20 years of my life before she died, she was single. Single mothers or single mother households do not create the best product. They do not give the children the best head start, the best possibility out of life. They do not. Usually, from what I see, and I can speak on it because I'm the child of a narcissistic single mother. You know, for example, right? So my mom had my brother. My brother is 11 years old. Boom, I'm born, right? So she knows that in a few years, my brother's child support is going to be running out. So kaboom, she drops me out the pussy, right? So I'm on planet Earth now, dependent on her. Well, now you have this space of 7 years from 11 to 18. By the time you get cut off from my brother, you still got several years with me getting child support from my father, right? Because right around the time I was in high school, I was like 17 or so, something like that. Child support is about to get ready to get cut off. So she pushed me and rushed me. You have to go to college. You have to go to college. I don't have the money. I'm poor. I'm in high school. No high schooler has $25K sitting in the bank, especially not from no goddamn single mother. So, you know what I'm saying? And then, not to mention, my father was raised by my nana. She was a single mother. She was a side bitch. So it's ironic that my grandmother on my dad's side, she had 3+ kids by a married man. All because, well, I'm in love with him. No, she lucky she did, because I'd have a whole damn conversation and ask her, why the fuck was you so stupid? Anyways, you know, because that was dumb. Yo, you mean to tell me my father and his brothers cannot talk to their father when they go to church or when they go to school? They can't talk to the other siblings when they go to church and school? That's trauma, baby. You know that you got these other brothers and sisters and they can't talk to them because, oh, I'll mess up what he has going on with his wife. Well, if you didn't want to mess it up, why was you ever involved? That's my question. But hey, she must have had low self-esteem, low confidence or something. She was very beautiful back in the day. I never knew her on the face of this earth. I only know the pictures that I've seen and the stories that my uncles on my dad's side have told me about her. But guess what? Her being a single mother, raising my father and my uncles, that's why they're all simps. That's why, you know, one has been married about 4 or 5 times, been divorced 4 or 5 times. One uncle has went on to produce multiple children by multiple women. That's also not good. That's very toxic and dysfunctional because, you know, you're creating all these households with children and you cannot be in none of those households full time. So that's bad. So now I have all these wacky cousins who they're navigating relationships and marriages and struggling, right? All a product due to Nana being a single side bitch, right? Now, going to my grandma, at least I can say with my grandma on my mom's side, she wasn't a side bitch, but she was a baby mama at one point because she had a baby. Then she got married and produced my mom and my other uncles, But me and the uncle that was produced outside of her marriage, me and that uncle, he always gave the scoop. That's why I miss that man. He gave a 411 on everybody. So now I got this family history sitting inside me, and I'm just like, and most of the family members don't even know that I know shit about them. I just don't say nothing. I just keep it to myself. I don't be tripping about it. But at the end of the day, single mother homes have not produced the best products. Usually, the child follows in the footsteps of the parents. So if you have parents who are divorced, that's why you end up divorced 9 times out of 10. If you have a single mother, 9 times out of 10, that's why you end up being a single mother. You know what I'm saying? It's a subconscious pattern that children follow because the only blueprint they have is what they see from their parents, grandparents, and great-grandparents. The only example that I've seen of marriage in my bloodline is my great-grandmother on my mother's side. I didn't know my father's side until, a few years back. So, I only know the stories and pictures and things of that nature. But I find it interesting. Every last cousin, their mother, their mother's mother, mother's 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 mother, on back, was a single mother. Single motherness is a generational curse. It takes two to produce a new soul on the planet. That's how powerful and sacred sex is, that you can produce a whole new human being with autonomy, their own thoughts, feelings, and their own soul, right? That's how powerful sex is. And people just out here just willy-nilly listening to the government. When society pushes sex upon you through magazines, radio, television, movies, TV shows, things of that nature, they aren't pushing it on you for your well-being, for your good. They're pushing it on you because they want you unknowingly to welcome in through your eyes and through your ears, the incubus and the succubus demons, which followed by the Jezebel. The Jezebel, I can spot Jezebel anywhere. I can spot Jezebel in these men, and I can spot Jezebel in these women too. Because the moment I call them out and be like, hush, Jezebel, I'm not talking to the vessel. I'm talking to the spirit in the vessel. The vessel gets angry. Well, should I say the spirit within the vessel gets angry? Oh, I'm not no. I know Jezebel when I can see, I can smell, and I can hear Jezebel. I can feel it in my spirit because I've been battling Jezebel my whole life. Jezebel is the number one spirit behind a narcissist. And if I've been doing battle with my fucking narcissistic single mother, a 2x2, for fucking 27 years of my life, and I just recently just kicked her to the curb altogether, why wouldn't I be able to spot this spirit in other women or men? Come on now. I'm so spiritually discerning at this point in my life that people cannot play games with me at all under any circumstance. But single mothers have single-handedly destroyed society. I mean, Korea and Japan, they are about to be non-existent. Their birth rate is like 0 point something. It's below 1, meaning that most of them have adopted feminism, and the women are refusing to want to be married or produce children. America is the same way, except for there's more people in America than the island of Japan or the small island of Korea. You know what I'm saying? And it's very sad that they want to pay American men $75,000 to go populate Japan. because their population is dying. Their population is majority of elderly people. And what is that going to do to their economy? It's going to destroy it. It's going to destroy their economy because the elderly, they need, say, wheelchairs, canes, ramps, accommodations. You know what I'm saying? Because they have very few big cities like Kyoto, Tokyo, things of that nature. And most of the young people are flocking to the cities, leaving the rural cities and areas to the elderly. But yeah, feminism is not good for the human race. Feminism, it has empowered women to the point that they feel like, oh, well, I could be a single mom. I'm going to be okay. There's 3 types of men that will provide for women. The fathers, because once the father sends that woman in, prepares her for adulthood, the father is going to let the daughter know whether this man would make a great husband or not, a great boyfriend or not. That's the father's role. And a lot of people don't even realize that marriage back in the day was a contract. It was a contract to gain something. So let's say there is a family that has power politically, and there's a family that has a lot of land and wealth. Well, they might want to send their son and daughter to get married and combine families. Now, both families have wealth and land as well as political power. That was the point of marriage, to gain something, to create and empower, some type of unity, and to build an alliance, an agreement, so to speak, But that's basically what marriage is. Marriage is not about love. Marriage was never, and I would just like to say this. A lot of people who, I want to marry for love. I think that people who want to marry for love are selfish. And I say that because you get married to this man or this woman, they're extremely abusive, not just to you as their spouse, but then you go to produce children with this abusive individual, and they not only abuse you, but they abuse the children and the grandchildren on down the line. That is very selfish. You chose to produce children with this person because you love them. I'm sorry, but love is very blinding. Love is a temporary emotion, just like happiness. You're not smiling and happy every single day. You're not sad every single day. You are not angry every single day. Emotions are fleeting. They come and they go. So the thing that you should be striving for is to be content, to be comfortable, to have respect and, loyalty in your relationship. Love don't pay bills. There's a lot of things that love in a relationship will not do. Love will not put the food on the table for these kids that you produce by a married man because you love him. If he loved your ass back, he would marry you. You would be wife number 2. Just saying. When people out here practicing, I practice polygamy. Polygamy is a man who has multiple wives. And in having multiple wives, he produces children with each of these wives. Well, in today's modern world, with the way feminism is going and how selfish women are, not just selfish as far as them wanting a man to themselves and to themselves only, but they are so selfish that they will make that man, they will stress the man out. The man will become a detriment to himself because he's striving to please and make this woman so happy, but her level of happiness is insatiable. Happiness is inside of her. Look at Will Smith for an example. Y'all seen that video of him where he was like, I give up. I give up trying to make Jada happy. She needs to just go find a way to make herself happy. And then what does she do? She's out there bashing the man, writing a book about the man. You know, I really wouldn't care if allegedly Will Smith is gay. Boy, you better just keep making the damn movies. I'm waiting for Bad Boys 4 to drop. I want to go see it this weekend. Okay? I don't care that Martin Lawrence and Will Smith got a little fat in the face compared to Bad Boys 1. Produce content that I want to be entertained. Entertain me. That's what I'm paying for. You feel me? Nobody cares about what Jada bald-headed alien elf-looking ass got to say. Shit. You know, and you notice she been real quiet lately, as she should. As she should. She's 50-something years old. If she divorced Will Smith, after the way she has disrespected Will Smith, downed his name, after all the things that Willow and Jaden, her son and daughter, has said about her, doing drugs with them and all this shit, Jada ain't got a chance in hell of snagging a husband number 2. So she ain't got no choice but to stay with Will. Facts. Ain't nobody want to be with a bald-headed alien. I mean, that's got to be embarrassing. I as a mother, am going to have sex with my son's best friend in my husband's home. Disgusting. Trash. Bottom of the barrel. I don't give a damn if she's famous. That is bucket behavior. You know, she's no better than these people on OnlyFans. Ain't no better. You just an actress. And then on top of that, what's the last thing you even seen her playing? I ain't seen her in. The last thing I seen her do was Red Table Talk, and that shit got canceled. And I didn't even watch a whole lot of episodes of it. I knew Jada was off her rocker when she was talking about how her grandma taught her how to masturbate at 9 years old. I was like, Jada's a narcissist, her mother's narcissistic, and the grandmother damn sure is too. Just disgusting. That's why I didn't watch it no more. Then she's surprised that her book flopped. Then y'all got J-Lo out here. Married to Batman. She only been married to Batman for 2 years and already they on the verge of divorce. J-Lo is decent looking to be 50, but hang it up. Your longest relationship and marriage was with Mark Anthony from 2004 to 2014. 10 years. That was your longest relationship. And personally, J-Lo, I don't trust your Diddy dating ass. She got done in by Diddy. Can't trust J-Lo. She's so damn washed up. She out here trying to make movies on Netflix. Atlas, The Good Mother. Bitch, do you really think at 50 years old you selling an action movie? I grew up on J-Lo from the 90s. You did things like romance comedies. Like that movie she did with Matt McConaughey. The Wedding Planner, you know, Made in Manhattan. Stay in your lane. You need to play grandma roles now. Yeah. Even your own publisher told you to hang it up, J-Lo. Hang that shit up. You're done. You're crispy. Okay? A lot of men will go out here and fuck you and duck you. Ain't nobody trying to go out here and commit to you. So if you divorce Ben Affleck, you forever gonna be on the cop carousel. You're gonna be out there riding the ponies until the day you die. Just like Vivica A. Fox, 60 years old. I'm pretty sure Vivica been around in the industry. You can't convince me that her being, I'm a feminist. If he can do it, I can do it better. Oh, you 60 years old still head rolling with the attitude. Sit your old neck rolling self down. You know, Fine, Vivica, when you was 20 and 30 back in the 90s, early 2000s. Now 2024, don't nobody want this, Vivica. Who want to wipe that up? Ain't nobody lining up around the block looking for what you got. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad. You're 60 years old, never been married, no children, but now see, last year when the Will Smith and the Jada shit was going on, she shot her shot at Will Smith because Will Smith got that paper. Gay or not, he got that paper. He still has fans. He still has a reputation. He's still that guy, right? Even though they took his Oscar and, he slapped Chris Rock and he's banned from the Oscars or whatever, he's still that guy. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, when's the last time you seen Vivica A in a movie? I don't recall seeing her in a movie since Independence Day. Since Two Could Play That Game, and that was like 2003. All I'm saying is, feminism has ruined women, relationships, marriages, and children. This feminist mindset, it hasn't done anything from women other than get you a high body count. That's why STDs are at an all-time high in history. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's crazy out here. But hey, what do I know about the independent single mothers? So, and then on top of that, feminism has pushed women to this point that they feel like, oh, I don't give a damn if the human race keeps going or not. I'm going to be dead. That's selfish. You're going to be dead. But what about the people who are still producing children? Those children still are going to have to live in this world full of crap. Just saying. Toys R Us got mad at us millennials. You millennials are the reason why we went out of business. Y'all aren't producing children. Wait. Let's rewind. You gotta remember, during the baby boomer and the Gen X generation, there was barely any internet. The internet was dial-up. It was slow. It's not what it is today where everybody has a smartphone, whether it's a Samsung or an iPhone, or shall I say an Android or an iPhone. It doesn't matter. Or even if you got an LG or like a Google phone, whatever kind of phone you got, I bet you got access to the internet. So therefore, we did not have this type of technology back in the 90s. Y'all didn't have that back in the 80s and the 70s and stuff like that. So with that being said, people lied. People covered things up. People didn't talk about how I was cheated on in my marriage by my husband or by my wife. People didn't talk about how, oh, I did a paternity and all my kids by my wife ain't mine. That's why I divorced her and left her and the kids. That man got the right to do that. That ain't his motherfucking family. Fuck them kids and that bitch. That bitch better go find the father. And this is why I feel like, just like me and my fiance, we be having real life conversations. I was like, we have a kid. I'm telling you, go get a paternity. Because I don't want you questioning me and what the fuck I've been doing. You take that paternity, that motherfucker yours. Don't do me. Don't play with me. Because at the end of the day, my decisions don't affect just me. It affects my children. So let's say I have a daughter. While her body is developing inside my body, women carry all the eggs for their lifetime. I have to break generational curses. I have to do the work before producing a daughter. Because once she's in the making, any stress I go through, any anger, any emotions, that transfers to her. She can feel it in my womb. And not just her, but the eggs. Those future sons and daughters would have that trauma and those issues. But see, people don't want to look that far into things. People don't want to think about stuff like that. They don't think about stuff like that because it's all about me, 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 me. And I. Because that's how it was with my mama. Me, 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 me. I. Now, all of a sudden, that she's struggling at 60, lonely, by herself, retired, or whatever, shoot, you better hope your pension or your retirement can cover your cost of living and your food and all your needs, you know? Because there's a lot of people that retired that they got to come back out into the workforce. You know, working at Walmart or a gas station or wherever it is or whatever it is that they're doing because their retirement did not plan for inflation and the cost of living and the increase of things. But you have to think. And frankly, a lot of these women out here, because they didn't have a father to establish discipline, to give them leadership, they feel like when a man in their life tries to give them that leadership and that role, you're too controlling. Why are you telling me how to do this and how? No. You can dress like a slut on your own time when you're single. But when you in a relationship, he has a right to say, I don't like you wearing this or that. He has a right to say that. Because when he was single, he was doing X, Y, and Z, but as soon as he's in that relationship with you, ma'am, you be like, oh, you got to hang up all that single bachelor stuff, right? The shoe, it goes both ways, ladies and gentlemen, both ways. But I could cap on the single mothers because I don't know a single father, you know, a single father that has alienated the children from their mother. Now, if the courts decide to do that because the mother's a drug addict, she has been seen as unfit or whatever, then that's court ordered. Now, the mother has to do the work to get back to the children. And either she does or she doesn't. Because there's a man on TikTok, there's a lady where she was crying on TikTok making a damn birthday cake or something and talking about some being a single mother is so hard. And then her ex-husband hopped on and was like, I'm her ex-husband. He showed all the paperwork stating that he has full custody of all the kids. She never sees the kids. He has kids all holidays, all weekends, all year round. She has to do certain things that are court ordered in order to see the children. She's not doing that. And she owes him $21,000 and some change in child support. Now, fellas, y'all know that if that was you, they be trying to suspend your driver's license. They be trying to lock you up. They be trying to get your ass. But how come this woman still got a driver's license and she ain't doing jail time and stuff like that? But equality is a thing, feminists. But all the sisterhood, all the feminists, oh, he's wrong. That ex-husband, he a hater. You shouldn't be blasting her or social. Hold on, what? He's exposing her for being a con artist on the internet. She's fake having cancer. Did we not learn anything from Brickface in Houston, Texas? I got slapped in the face with a brick. It's not making sense to me that a grown man would just randomly go pick up a brick and just across your face just because you said something. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just wasn't making sense. But see, then people started digging and digging and digging and digging. And that's the thing about the internet. People dig. I can dig if I want to. It has to affect me personally for me to go into PI mode, FBI, CIA mode. And when I get into that mode, by the time I'm done, you're going to be so hemmed up in the judiciary, you're going to wish you didn't go down that road with me. By the time the courts and the paperwork and, oh, baby, you're going to wish you didn't play games with me. So a lot of people are smart enough to shut the fuck up and back down and sit down when messing with me. Because I'll get you. I'll hem you up. I'll hem you up. I'm an outstanding citizen with a good, clean reputation. How could you hem me up? You can't. You could try, but you can't. What you got that's gonna stick? So all I'm saying is, like, people, they just go on the internet for sympathy, for empathy, for likes, validation, and attention. That's not why I'm on the internet. I'm on the internet exposing bad, toxic, dysfunctional behavior. And these are the behaviors that I see in single mothers. You know, a lot of these single mothers, they sign up, get these babies, and then they want to tell women who don't have children yet, who want to do things the correct way. They want the marriage. And then, because once the man has given that woman the commitment of marriage, 9 times out of 10, he's not going to be quick to abandon the marriage, let alone any children that you have. Most divorces are by the women. The women are the ones that leave. Oh, I'm unhappy. Who said marriage was about happy? Didn't the vow say for better or for worse? Now, for worse doesn't mean stay if the motherfucker cheating. You know, the motherfucker is abusive. You know, there's things that you should not stick around for. But let's be real. You knew what you was getting into. You saw the red flags. You ignored them and you proceeded. And so you got what you got. It's not like you've gotten to know this person as a friend for years. Then you got into a relationship with them. Then you was in, the stage of engagement for, say 2 years or so, and then marriage. At that point, you have a rapport with that person to know how they are as a friend, how they are in the relationship and as a friend in the relationship, and how things would be moving forward into marriage. Any behavior that a person displays, lying, cheating, stealing, usury, abusiveness, all things like that are shown before you go into a marriage. Because frankly, I think that's crazy to 3 months, 6 months in, you already trying to marry a person. I have told y'all many a times, manipulators and narcissists, they love fast-moving relationships. And I want you to know, the same way the relationship was just moving so fast, just as fast as it started, is as fast as it's going to fizzle out, and you won't know. So if you want the relationship between you and your partner to last, slow it down. Pump the brakes. Chill. Relax. Put it on cruise control. The manipulator is going to get angry. And the narcissist is going to get angry because they're trying to grab you as fast as they can. They don't have what it takes to go the distance long term. They are the ones that try to pressure you into marriage, pressure you into getting in a relationship, pressure you to make these quick decisions before you're ready to. Don't let manipulators and narcissistic people get to you. Be in control of your life as an individual and take your time navigating your relationships. Not just for the safety of you, but for the safety of your future children or your current children. Don't be just selfish and thinking about you. It's not about just you. What you do affects your children and your future to be children. You know what I'm saying? But people are so selfish these days that they think about is me, 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 me. They don't think about anyone outside themselves, not their spouse, not their friends, not their family. And I'm not saying take everything they say into consideration. But if you have a trusted circle of friends and family, who's there to give you great advice, they're there to tell you when you're wrong, they are there through the ups and downs, the best times and the worst times. Those are the people that you should actually listen to. But y'all let me know in the comments down below. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Peace, Positive energy always brings elevation. And at the end of the day, I think single mothers have single-handedly brought society to its knees where we are right now. And unfortunately, it's only going to get worse, ladies and gentlemen. So buckle up for the hell ride, because I mean, that's essentially where society is plummeting to. Now, everybody has a choice in their own reality. In your reality, like for me, for example, I know I'm going to be married and then have kids. I don't care about what anybody got to say about how I live my life. Not a single woman in my family is married. They're all single mothers. So what the hell could they tell me when they haven't even reached engagement or even got a damn marriage proposal? That it speaks for itself. So I don't take it personally when the females in my family, act the way that they act. You know what? If I was a single mother and I knew that I had a relative who has better options and like men would choose her over me or take her seriously over me, I couldn't be mad about it because I made my choices. And that's the problem. People can't accept the choices that they make. They want somebody to coddle them and to be like, well, no. You are where you are and you can't undo it. And I would like to add this one last thing. In most single mother households, most single mothers try to kill their children. My mother tried to kill me as a baby. Is it ironic that she's a single mother and tried to do so? I can only wonder if she tried to kill my brother. I've heard many stories out there on the internet where when the prices of inflation went up, there was a single mother of 3. She murdered all 3 of her children and then killed herself because she couldn't keep up with the cost of living as a single mother. Single mothers can and will be dangerous towards the children. They would rather kill the children than to give the children to the man and have the man take care of the children, because men generally don't complain. I'm sure they got their struggles as a single father, but you don't hear them bitching and crying and complaining to family and friends like these single mothers be doing all on the internet 24/7. So y'all be good out there. And if you are a single mother and you feel that you have done the best you can, you're not a baby mama terrorist, you aren't alienating the child from its father, you are being a decent co-parent, meaning you're not trying to sabotage that man's relationship or his marriage to that other woman because you were a fucking idiot to leave him and then all of a sudden he's doing better than your prospects. Well, kudos to you. All right, peace.